guys, welcome to my channel. I'm obviously very new to this, so excuse the video quality. Today I did a very natural look. It was meant for some of the moms that reached out to me that have teenage daughters and don't necessarily know how to teach them. I tried to do my best at explaining. Video quality obviously isn't the best yet. There's more equipment to come soon, so that's why I'm using my phone for now. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the look, or you're stuck on something, you need help with something, eventually I am going to make a video with brushes, just so you know which brush to use for what. You obviously need the correct brush to create certain looks. So I hope you like the video. Leave me some positive feedback, some negative feedback, whatever you guys want to leave. Yeah, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. So I start my brow with a pencil, brushing out with a spoolie. You brush your hair upwards, and then I start tracing from the bottom, and then I do the top, and then I fill it in little strokes. You want to hold your pencil with not a whole lot of tension, because you don't want to make your eyebrows super dark. Now if you feel you put too much product, you could always brush out like that with the spoolie. Don't get too caught up on your eyebrow looking perfect at this point, because you go back in to clean it up with concealer. I wasn't able to record much, but that was the concealer that I used to carve the eyebrow. And then I set with this powder. I'm just blotting. I'm trying not to brush out the product, but set the product, so I don't want to move the product. I do put a little bit on my brow just so that the product doesn't move as well. It makes your eyebrows kind of stay all day. And then if you get sweaty, you're not going to move the product. The fluffy brush, you're going to grab your first transition color, which is normally like a very light brown, like a burnt brown, like that one. And you're going to brush off any excess product. You're not putting a whole lot of tension. You're just brushing in circular motion outwards. And you're holding your brush direct towards your eye, not in any angle. You want to move the product. So using a fluffy brush like that is going to move the product so that you could blend properly. If you use something a little bit more tapered, it's not going to move the product as much. And that's when you get that, heavy look where it's not blended correctly. It's because you're using the wrong brush. You're going to do the same in the other eye. You're trying to keep it above the crease and under the brow bone. So just in that little area is where you put the first transition color. Next, I'm just gonna grab a shimmery color, which is a very light color. I'm using my finger, it just makes it easier. This is if you're on the go in the morning, super easy to just blend in. You're not gonna go above your crease, and you're not gonna go all the way to the corner of your eye, the outer corner. You're just gonna going to blend into that other color you already have. And you're just dabbing. Okay, you just kind of want to get it in there and let it sit there. Okay. So now I used a more tapered brush like the one I was talking about before. This is for my darker color. I don't want to move this product much. I just want it to stay in that outer corner to give it that, it's a smoky eye, but it's not very dramatic. It's very, very simple. And you're going to see how it blends in. And it's going to look a lot more natural than it does right now. So you're just moving it left and right until it looks blended into the other colors that are there. Once you're done with that, you can stop blending. You're not adding a whole lot of tension. You're holding the brush from at least the middle or the back of the brush so that you're not applying a lot of tension. So now just adding some primer, very little primer in my problem areas, which is my T-zone. You don't need a whole lot, not more than a dime size for your primer. And usually just apply it to your problem areas. So I start blending in my foundation with a moist beauty blender. It should be moist, that way it doesn't suck up all your product. Instead, it's actually applying it to your face. It does get a very airbrushed look to it as opposed to using a brush. It's also kind of pressing the product into your not so much your pores, because your pores are being protected, but at least it looks more blended and naturally blended as opposed to the brush. I'm just setting my foundation with a powder, and that just again helps with the product not moving but staying and making it last a little bit longer, especially in the hot weather. For a teenager, I would just recommend contour with a bronzer. I don't think you have to do the highlight under the eye and all that extra drama. That's more for a special event. So contouring with a bronzer is what I do for like daily basis, for my everyday makeup. You just do the perimeters of your face to make it look a little bit more narrow and naturally suntanned. You start from the top of your ear to like the bottom of your cheekbone, and it's just to enhance that the cheekbones pretty much. So with the same bronzer, I'm going to do the contour on my nose. I start at the top, starting at the top of the brow, and then I come down to, not all the way down to my nose. I kind of stop and make a little line just to make your nose look a little bit like pushed up, that cute button nose look to it. So you do a little line at the top, a little line at the bottom. Just put a little bit of mascara. I will not be applying eyeliner today. I don't think it's necessary. If you guys like to do the eyeliner, I could do another tutorial just for eyeliner. But this look, it's more of a simple look for a high school girl. This is what I'm using as a highlight. It's kind of just a creamy highlighter. Just one little bit of product on the tip of the nose, and then you push it upwards. Put a little bit on your tear ducts of the eyes. It just brightens up your eyes. And then a little bit on your Cupid's bow. You can add some on the top of your cheekbones. I'm doing a very nude lip. It looks like it has a little bit of pinkish tones in it or mauve tones in it. And that to me is a natural lip. It just gives you some color without washing you out. If you want to add a little bit more color, you can always add just a little bit of blush. I try to keep it on the cheekbones, or in the apples of the cheek is what I should say, and then bring it upwards to the side.